Hello all, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In the last video, we discussed about how to download ADFDI spreadsheet through which we can upload chart of account structure, legal entity, business unit, segment values. So in today's video, we will see how to fill that particular spreadsheet and upload that. Okay, let's get into the details. So this was our Reliance enterprise structure. So within this Reliance enterprise structure, I have three ledgers: Reliance INR ledger, USD ledger, and Canadian ledger. So probably for today's demo perspective, I'll try to create Reliance USD ledger and the BUs Reliance Telecom, Reliance Oil and Gas, INC, and the corresponding legal entities. Along with the segment code 003 and 004 using the spreadsheet. Now let's see how we can do that. Okay, so this is the spreadsheet which we have downloaded last week. So sometimes when you open this particular spreadsheet, you get a kind of pop-up or error message saying that this file is downloaded from internet and it's not safe. And once you get that error message, you'll not be able to complete your upload process using the spreadsheet. So whenever you see such kind of a pop-up message, so what you need to do is right click on that particular file, go to show more options, properties, and uncheck this checkbox unblock. So you can see the message this file came from another computer might be blocked to help protect this computer. So you need to uncheck, check this unblock checkbox. So I already did that particular thing within this particular spreadsheet. So, and I had already filled the required details. So we'll start using this particular spreadsheet. So now in this case, if I go to show more options, properties. So once you uncheck the checkbox, you will not be able to see next time when you open that particular spreadsheet, you will not be able to see that particular warning message here. Okay, so I already did that. So let me open the spreadsheet. Okay, so this is the template. I've already filled the required details. Reliance USD ledger, that's my ledger, Reliance USD ledger. Uh, Currency, this is functional currency, period monthly, adjusting period. So I just want to use one adjusting period at the end of the month. And what is the first fiscal year started? So I just want to go with January 1st, 2024. And you can see the format MMDD, YYYY format. And these are all the four segments which I want to use. Company, cost center, account, intercompany. And these are all the segment qualifiers. So primary balancing segment, cost center segment, national account segment, intercompany segment. So these are all the drop down, and these are the short forms. So I just want to use the short prompt of CO for company, CC for cost center, account, ACCT for account, and IC for intercompany. And this is the display length or the length of those fields. And business units. So there are two business units in my structure under Reliance USD Ledger: Reliance Telecom, Reliance Oil and Gas. So yeah, so Reliance Telecom, Reliance Oil and Gas, Reliance Telecom, Reliance Oil and Gas, and this is the default legal entity. So for Reliance Telecom, this is my legal entity name. It's the same. And for B also, I want to go with the same naming convention for the legal entity, Reliance Oil and Gas INC. Okay. And companies and legal entities. So this is where you specify the segment values or the company codes. So 003 is the company code for Reliance Oil and Gas. Probably yeah, Reliance Oil and Gas is 003. Probably Reliance Oil and Gas is 003. And this is 004. Okay. Reliance Telecom is 004. And this is the description of the segment value, and this is the name. And so basically in this particular what do you call sheet, you are trying to create these segment values as well as the corresponding legal entity. So basically this is the legal entity name, and for this particular legal entity you are associating this company code. So this is the legal entity name, this is the segment value description. Obviously we'll use the same thing. And this is the legal entity identifier, legal entity address, and then the legal entity registration number, reporting unit registration number. So pretty much we have entered all these details uh, when we try to create the legal entity manually. And with this cost center segment, I am just entering my default cost centers. So there are four cost centers, and here you can see the segment width is 4. So that's the reason I have entered 4 digits. And I just want one parent. So I have used this sample template and then try to create my own values in that particular template. National account. So again, I just use the sample template because it's very difficult to enter all these values. So I just use the values which was provided by Oracle. But again, in a real world environment, then you can get rid of some of the accounts which you do not want. Intercompany segment, again, the same as the company segment. So I just use the same values. And the financial sequencing. So if you want, I can go for financial sequence. If I do not want, I can just delete this. So I just want to go sequencing. This is your equivalent to kind of document sequencing in EBS. So for payable invoices, I want the sequencing to, and I want the sequencing to be enabled, and it should be starting value should be 1. Same is the case for payments, receivable invoices, credit memo, receivable adjustments, subledger journals, journal ledgers, and so on. And in this case for subledger journals and general ledger journals, so we set restart as never. So that means the same, whatever you have provided the initial values, these the maybe let's assume at the end of the first financial year, the last value you say maybe say 10,000, and the next year uh, the sequence will start with 10,001 and so on. But whereas in the case of payables or payments based on my requirements, so the sequence value reset to 1 every month in the case of payables, and in the case of payments, it will be reset to 1 annually. Again, it all depends on your business requirement. If you want, you can just choose it as never. Okay. And once you have entered all these details, you need to click on validate button. But again, before you click on validate, so I just want to show you how some of the errors might pop up when you try to click on validate. So I can just show you, say, let's assume for the cost center, you have entered four, the the number of digits here is 4, but let's assume if you have entered, say, 3 here, save this, and then try to validate. Okay. Yeah, so whenever you try to validate or whenever you try to, what do you call, click on any of these things, if you get this kind of error message, then you need to do a couple of things. So the first thing what we have done is we have already clicked on properties, clicked on unblock. So that's the first step. And after that also, if you start getting these kind of things, so there is something wrong with the macros. So what you need to do is file, more, options, trust center, trust center settings, uh, macro settings, check the checkbox or this radio button, enable BPO macros, and in ActiveX control, click on enable all controls, click on OK, OK, save, close this. Let me close all these spreadsheets. Okay, try to reopen and check. Okay, see, now when you try to reopen, it worked, and now it is actually doing a validations. The validation it says is the cost center width of the value exceeds displays width 3. We have mentioned display as 3, but you have entered 4 digits. So what you need to do is go here, make it 4, save, and then now validate. Okay, validation is successful. It is just showing some sample preview report. I mean, you can just totally ignore this report. It is coming as one of the sheet. Okay, and then yes, so now the validation is successful. That's the reason it was able to show you preview. Now you can do two things: generate chart of accounts value and generate this one. But before you do that, sometimes some of the people will also face some additional macro related error message, even though you have completed the previous two steps. So for those people, what they need to do is more options, add-ins, go to com add-ins, go, you need to check this checkbox, Oracle ADFT integration add-in for Excel, and then click on OK. If you are not able to see this particular add-in, what you need to do is go to your Oracle under tools. There is something called download ADF desktop integrator. Click on this. So a file gets downloaded to your downloads folder. Double click on that. So desktop integrator gets installed, and then close your Excel and then reopen. Okay. So those are things which you need to take care whenever you face any issues with the macros. But in my current Excel, all those things are taken care, and hence I'll not be facing any errors. So I was able to validate successfully. Next thing is I need to generate two files. The first one is generate chart of accounts file. So let me save this to my desktop. A zip file would be created, and then generate ledger LE and BU file. So again, let me save this to my desktop. So two files are created. Okay. If I go back to my desktop, I have chart of accounts file and then financial community entity. So this particular file is generated once you click on this particular general ledger LE and BU file. Okay. The next step is you need to import them into Fusion. Okay. So in order to do that, let me close these things. Okay. So you need to go to a particular task. So now let me show you the task, whatever. Okay, so this is the name of the task, upload chart of accounts. That's the first task. So using this particular task, upload chart of accounts, a program gets triggered. Once the program is completed, you need to do second task, upload ledger, legal entities, and business unit. Okay, so the task would be upload, setup and maintenance, go to the global search, and the name of the task is upload chart of accounts. Okay, click on this and then upload enterprise structure. It's already selected. Click on choose file and upload. Yeah, click on submit. So as soon as you click on submit button, a process gets triggered behind the scenes, and this is the process ID ending with 967. Okay, go to your schedule process. Okay, it's already here. Yeah, so my ending with 967 is this one here. So this program will internet triggered, maybe one or two other programs. So wait for those programs to be completed. It's still running. So once this particular program is completed, then again we need to follow the similar process to upload the second file. So uploading of the first file and second file will conclude the creation of your legal entity, BU, ledger, legal entity, segment values, and so on. And once these programs are completed, you should be able to see the details of what it has created in the log or your output files. It's taking a while. Okay, let me pause my video, and then once this program is completed, I'll resume my recording. Pause recording. Okay, I can see now my process ID is completed. So, and it has in turn triggered this maintain values. It's maintain chart of account hierarchies process ID. So if I select this and then check the output file, maybe this one. So here we should be able to see that it has created the value sets. If I go to this one, so the naming convention, whatever the system has used is company. For as far as company is concerned, it has created a value set for with the name company Reliance USD ledger. And for cost center, it has created a value set cost center Reliance USD ledger, and within that particular value set, it is holding these values. For national accounts, also it has created a value set, and it is within that it is holding these values. Account Reliance USD ledger. For intercompany, also it has created INT Co Reliance USD ledger. So the convention is basically the segment name space the ledger name, and this is the ledger which it has created, and certain trees under this structure. Okay, so that's the first step, uploading of the chart of accounts file. Now we'll do the second step, and for the second step you need to use upload ledger legal entities and business units task. So this is the zip file, and then submit. Again, it has generated a process ID ending with 988, ending with 988. Refresh this. Yeah, it's running. Again, it might take a while. Let me pause my video. Okay, now we can see that the process ID ending with 988. Yeah, I think it's ending with 988 is completed. Let me show you that 980. Yeah, yeah. Okay, this is completed, and this has internally triggered a couple of other programs: complete accounting configuration, load chart of accounts, create balances, generate financial reports and account groups, and so on. Okay, so now we can even go to maybe manage ledgers, and then we can see if system has created the ledger. So my ledger name is Reliance USD. Yeah, Reliance USD. So it has created the Reliance USD. This is my chart of account. This is the calendar, and this is the ledger. And why it has used the word again use here. This is my ledger name, and this is my chart of accounts. Okay, so this is how you use your template or a PD template to upload your chart of accounts. But there are a couple of rather one main limitations with using of this rapid implementation or a PDS spreadsheet. So the limitation is basically, say if I take my Reliance Enterprise structure as an example. So I have a requirement to create three ledgers: Reliance INR ledger, USD ledger, Reliance Canadian ledger. But I just want to use the same chart of accounts. I do not want to replicate the chart of accounts under each of the ledger. I just want to use the same chart of accounts, but upload three ledgers. But unfortunately, that's not possible with the rapid implementation spreadsheet. So if you want to do that, what you need to do is use this particular rapid implementation template, maybe picking up one of these particular ledger, and then the legal entities or the segments under that, and then other ledgers need to be created manually. Because if you again use the same, because at this in this template you can see you can enter only one ledger name. So once you do the second time, if you again want to use the same template and again start putting Reliance INR ledger, then it will again create four. It will create a new chart of accounts by name Reliance INR ledger, and then it will have four segments. And again for Canadian ledger also it will do the same thing. It will again create Reliance CAD ledger, and also it will create Reliance CAD ledger chart of accounts, again 4 segments. So if our requirement to have a common chart of accounts structure for all the ledgers, then probably use this once and just create other ledgers manually. Unfortunately, that's the limitation with this rapid implementation spreadsheet. Thanks for watching my video. For interesting videos on Oracle Fusion Finances, please do subscribe to my channel. Thank you.